me Joel, your Bisaya reader. Welcome back to another video, and for today I'm going to show you the books that I highly recommend you guys reading, or you guys need to pick in case you haven't read them in times or in the middle of this COVID 2019 crisis. So the books I'm going to show you, I personally do love them, and to be honest, they are actually one of my all-time favorites as of this moment. These books are for me, based on my experience in reading them, will give you a perfect mood, or is the perfect themes that you guys need to experience in the middle of this COVID-19 crisis. And also the main reason why I also want you guys to read or pick these books is that because the lessons that you're going to learn from these books after reading these books are definitely lessons that we guys can need to hear, and we guys can definitely apply in terms of what is really happening now in our society. But before we proceed to this book, I just have some 2 cents that I need to share to you guys. I do understand that we are coming from different backgrounds, different families, different walks of life, and I do feel that you guys do have different political stance, different political views, or we do react differently in times like this, in crises like this. But I do hope that you are always there today mindful of the things you're doing, especially in social media. I do hope that you guys are still very mindful of the things that you're posting, the things that you're sharing, because at the end of the day, the way you act or the way you respond in crisis like this depicts or defines you as a person. So be mindful of the things that you're posting, be mindful of the things that you're doing in social media. This is a test of your character, of our character. That also includes me. And yeah, at the end of the day, this is not the best time to be selfish. This is the best time for us to really work together as a community. And I do hope, guys, that everything is good in your place there, everything's safe, your family, you yourself, of course. The least we could do is to be responsible of our own health, be mindful of other people's health also, other people's stands. If it's possible, if you can stay at home, please support our government in that kind of. We are also supporting not just the government or healthcare workers or any frontliners who are risking their lives, but I do also understand if it's not possible for you, you need to risk your life just to go to the office, because we don't have that capabilities to really feed our family if you don't go to work. So just do what's best for you, but at the end of the day, whatever you're going to do, just be mindful of your health and also the others, the health of the others or the people around you. Be sensitive, and instead of spreading negativities, especially in social medias, I highly encourage everyone, guys, to give hope, to educate properly those individuals, because at the end of the day, we're still human and we only have each other. So yeah, let's go back to the books. So I am going to present to you only 2 books, and this is the first one, The Road by Cormac McCarthy. This is a science fiction under the genre science fiction. It's a post-apocalyptic subgenre. It's an adult category. The Road by Cormac McCarthy. This is the winner of the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction, and I do feel that this is a modern classic. This winning the Pulitzer Prize in 2007 is an understatement. I have read this the last quarter of 2019, and this is, as of this moment, one of my all-time favorite books. In this book, we follow our 2 main characters, a father and a son, and their journey towards the coast, like a sea or a shoreline. They're traveling at the lands of America, where it's not that it's not as what it is right now. Communities are broken, no economy, no schools, no buildings, no businesses. Everyone is on their own, just trying to do their best to live day by day, to survive every day. And then yeah, we follow our main character, which is a father, and then the other main character, which is his son. And the irony for this is that because we get to experience how it feels like to live in times like food, every inch of food, every drop of water is really important. It's a matter of survival at the same time, not just survival from the environment, but also survival from the risk that are given by other people who also do bad things just to survive. There's cannibalism, there's many more. I don't want to spoil you guys, but I just want you to make you understand that if you want to see what it feels like to live in a post-apocalyptic world where order is no longer available in the community, I highly suggest this one. The best thing I also experienced from reading this book is that the irony, or difference between the father's perspective and the son's perspective. Basically, the son was born in this world already, and then this son does not have any idea what it feels like to live in a world, or in our world that we live right now. But at the same time, the father used to have these experiences, so it feels like the father is trying to understand where his son is coming from, at the same time trying to not think too much about it, because again, the decisions the father are making is being influenced by the life that he used to live, when things are normal. So it was this son who is really innocent, trying to grow up, a lot of curiosities, but at the same time he is living in the world which is so tragic and so harsh. This is a masterpiece, and it is beautifully written. It's really short. You can probably read this in a day or two, but again, this is not for everyone, I think. Especially, there's a lot of trigger warnings for this. This is really dark, depressing. So I need to warn you guys before picking this one up. But again, if you want to learn something, if you want to experience what it feels like to be in a world where order is missing, I highly suggest this one. The last book I'm going to present in this video is going to be Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. This is again an all-time favorite for me. I have read this 2 years ago. I got this from Big Bad Wolf, 2018, and in this book we follow a group of people who works in the circus. Again, the story is set in a post-apocalyptic world where the world ended because of a flu, which is pretty much similar to COVID. So basically, one day, there's just this flu that nobody knows where it came from, just wiped the entire population, and the only human beings who survive are those who are immune in this flu, which is just a very, very small percentage. And this, we follow different timelines. We follow a timeline that before the epidemic or the pandemic happened, during the pandemic happens, and then the post-apocalyptic, the present timeline. Again, let's go back to the main characters here. We're following as a set of bands where they're trying to travel in this, small communities that rose after the apocalypse, and trying to rebuild, and their mission is just to go to one community to the next community to present a play. And I forgot, I think it was what play is this? Shakespeare play, I think. And yeah, it was really entertaining. It was really dark. It was really tragic. It was really gripping. This is somewhat a thriller also. This book is not for everyone. It's also not because of the themes, but because of the writing style. I do feel that other people will find this really confusing or complicated, because again, we are following 3 timelines. We are following a lot of characters, because for every timeline there are several characters. But yeah, I do respect if some people will not love this, or some people will not see this the way I see it. But again, personally, I do find this as a really, really great book. It was really honest, and the emotions and also the writing style, for me, the prose of the character, the author was impeccable. And yeah, it was really dark. The main thing I really love about this book, aside from the themes, is that because it depicts, or it's really honest on showing what it feels like to live before, during, and after a pandemic caused by a flu. It shows how it affects the environment, how it affects the society, and how it affects individuals who are coming from walks of life. What I really love about this book is because since there's a lot of characters, you get to appreciate how it feels like to live in a post-apocalyptic world. If you came from this background, if you are a mother, if you're a son, if you are an old guy, and the perspectives by these characters, and how differently they show, or how differently they handle the situations of the crisis, is surely a great experience for you to learn some things. Like, you can get to observe people who are immature, who does not have that much education, and you can get to differentiate how they reacted, how their decisions, what are the things that they're doing in times of crisis. So those are the things that I really appreciate from this book. And also I do really feel that aside from how they react, what are their decisions, and I also get to feel the author was also able to deliver a place on the table, the reflections, or the reflections of these characters, what they have learned, so that we can also learn from it. It was really it's really a great read, and I've learned a lot from this book. It's a ride. It's dark, it's tragic, it's thrilling, and yeah, I can't highly recommend this enough. Must read if you haven't read this one. This is kind of longer than The Road, but if it is also very atmospheric, guys, very atmospheric. It's very haunting, especially if you're in the post-apocalyptic timeline. We're following this set of bands. Yeah, it's very cinematic. You always feel cold, you always feel like it's really dark and gripping. Yeah, so you need to read this if you're just staying in your house and you're isolating yourself or self quarantine, you don't know what to do. You can always pick this one up, search them from online, and download it if you don't have physical copies. Again, Station 11 by Emily St. John Bundel, and The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I think Cormac McCarthy also is author of No Country for Old Men, which is a movie that I really love. And also, I heard that there's a movie for The Road, which I might watch later after dinner. So we'll see. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope again everything is good there in your end. Please stay safe. Make sure your family is safe. Also, don't forget to wash your hands. Take vitamins at least. Okay, if you're going to take vitamins, limit yourself for 2,000 milligram. That's the vitamin C limit. The best source for vitamin C are always food, so don't forget to eat healthy, balanced diet. And also, yeah, if you don't have alcohols, you ran out of alcohols from the department store, don't forget to wash your hands. Washing your hands is another very effective way for you to protect yourself from COVID. So yeah, that's it, guys, and thank you so much for watching. My name again is Joel, your Bisaya reader, and if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and leave some comment down below. Take care.